Gamer's Garage.
Welcome to episode 2 of the Losers Bracket, hosted by VVV Gaming, brought to you by the Gamers Garage. We'd like to welcome our special guest, Mandy.
Woo! Hi!
Welcome, Mandy. Also known as LadyLuck.
Yes, yeah. Also known as LadyLuck. From Gamertag Radio, if no one mentioned that earlier.
We forgot.
We did, but that's all right.
Hello, everyone. I'm a college student. I game, and I get in arguments with Pete Rock. And that's about the extent of what I do.
Where do you go to school, Mandy? What is your major?
I'm a marketing major, and I go to school in South Florida at Florida Atlantic University.
Heck yeah.
What part of Florida?
It's in Boca, like a little bit north of Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, you're on the East Coast. Poop.
Yeah, I know.
On the West Coast.
Hey, hooray for people in Florida and marketing majors. Woo! High five.
Yeah.
In MLG news, another AOL junkie moves to MLG. What?
Yeah, that's what I hear. I guess Major League Gaming picked up Ralph Rivera to be there. I think MYM had an article on this, but it was wrong. It said that he was the new president.
Yeah, just straight up just says becomes MLG president. Like that doesn't
Even though
that's not
says,
what he is.
Yeah, it just says online.
Yeah, what it does though, it does raise an interesting question. Ralph Rivera is going to come to Major League Gaming as the online president. That starts to me to get the gears churning. So if they're going to have an online president, it looks like they're setting up some sort of split in what the company's focus is going to be. So maybe Matthew Bromberg, who's right now the president and CEO, I suppose he's probably going to maintain overall control and probably control over like what I would call the tournament portion, the land-based event portion of Major League Gaming. You know, he probably brought him over because they both came from AOL, which I don't know if that's necessarily a compliment to the resume.
Bring your buddy.
I know, right? So,
sorry, that's the dial-up.
Yeah. But yeah, he's supposed to be in charge of whatever the AOL content sites are going to be, or pardon me, the MLG online product development, whatever they're going to be doing. So,
what the hell is that?
After AOL went downhill, I don't know. It seems like, jumping off one sinking ship into another. I don't know.
Bad ideas all around.
I think we're being critical of Major League Gaming. I don't necessarily know if they're a sinking ship. They might turn a profit in 2010. Who knows? This might be their year.
I mean, I guess you also have to look at it like Sony, for the first time in 5 quarters, made a profit this year. So maybe the economy really hit a lot harder than we thought.
True.
This might be the first sign that they get, something that we've known all along, that you're not going to be able to do much if you can't develop community. And Agora Games has always done, community development stuff for various game publishers. Maybe slowly but surely, somebody at Oak Investment is knocking on their heads going, hey, look, we gave you $42.5 million. You're going to need to get your shit together.
Agora Games, they've done a lot of really cool things in the past for community. 2 of the Guitar Hero tournaments that I was a part of were run through Agora Games, and they were absolutely wonderful tournaments. That was a tournament that I won that I got to go to San Antonio, and another that I got to go to San Francisco. And I've never been a part of, I think, better run WAN tournaments than the ones that Agora did. They helped put together, I believe, the Guitar Hero community site, as well as, I believe, one of the Call of Duty community sites, and they're wonderful.
That's awesome. I mean, I didn't even know about that, to be honest.
Yeah, I really think that if MLG and Agora can work well together, that it's a great partnership for them, to say the least. Hopefully, it takes them to the next level and they can really capitalize on it.
All this is hope,
Hope and community. We should probably move on to what you were telling me about, Ryan, about the Haiti charity event that IGN did.
It already happened, but you can catch it again. It's in the archive webathon on the IGN site. Basically what they did was, for 12 hours, they played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 matches, where IGN employees pledged money for each level earned during the play session. And they ended up reaching level 26, which doesn't seem like much, but then again, these are probably just, employees playing it, not actual players. But also, they got other donations from the eBay auction, and then there's also a donate button on the IGN on the website. It doesn't say how much money they raised, but any money going towards this disaster is good, in my opinion.
There should be more there should be more charity events in gaming. One of our VVV community members, Smokey Prog, just recently did a charity event where he raised $400 for what am I thinking?
Leukemia
and Lymphoma Society. Yes, that's just wonderful. We need more gamers out there that are gonna, take their skills and use them for, good purposes such as charity.
Myself and another VVV member, Enmity, we were planning on doing a charity event, probably Army of Two 40th Day, just because it's a co-op game, and record ourselves playing it for the entire time.
without stopping.
Yeah, without stopping.
Oh shit.
If you guys have any ideas of maybe charities you guys would like to see us donate to, that'd be cool. Get some ideas in.
And speaking of charity, why don't we move back to MLG News to give them another plug? You want to talk about the February WoW feature show?
WoW may not be, or World of Warcraft, may not be exciting to most people, but there are a lot of people out there that play it. And what MLG is doing is they're going to be taking the two segments of PvE and PvP and featuring them onto one show, where they're going to show raid footage and live arena match footage with expert commentary and play-by-play.
Expert WoW players? Or expert, analysis? Can you give analysis on WoW playing? I don't know.
When you're doing a raid in WoW, for example, and it has to be executed a certain way in order to complete the raid, just showing footage of how probably certain guilds have run this raid and what they did to be successful. I mean, that's the kind of content that they're going to need to produce. So
interesting. It's a good time for them to capitalize on it, because I remember, if I read correctly earlier, that the new raid, what is it called, Icecrown Citadel, for World of Warcraft just got released today, and that's where Arthas, the big main bad guy, I almost said bad boy, bad guy of Wrath of the Lich King, is supposed to reside. So that's probably a good time to capitalize that. That's good content to have for them.
It certainly will.
Oh shit, I just spilled water all over my keyboard. Awesome.
Tough.
Skills.
Oh my god.
That was payback for talking about that much WoW.
Way to fucking kill yourself.
yeah, no lie, right? Well, since he did spill water, why don't we go to the 2K Sports Perfect Pitch Challenge? You pitched that right up there, Jason.
Oh.
Well,
and, Ryan, you want to give us a little...
This fucking sucks.
This is a very, very interesting push. Mainly, I see it as a ploy.
Wait, is this a push or a pitch? Which one is it?
It's a pitch and a ploy.
That sounds kind of dirty.
It's a pitch, because what they're doing is, when the game releases on March 2nd, for Xbox 360 and PS3, if you can record perfect game in the new MLB 2K10, they will give you $1 million.
But you have to record it.
Yes, you have to record it.
You have to have a recording device.
Can't just say I did it.
I just think that's fucking amazing, because $1 million for a 2K, like a sports game, like most people wouldn't even think about that. All the first-person shooters are going, shit, I wish my game would do something cool like that.
Sign me up. I'll go buy a copy day one. Holy crap, I got my capture card.
I think we need to get the expert and figure out how hard is it to pitch the
well, they say it's going to be really, really fucking impossible. Because
already the baseball games are, one, phenomenal, two, extremely accurate, and now even more fucking precise with their outfielders, all their defense, all their offense is really hard. And I played 2K9, and I've been kind of waiting for 2K10 just to even get my hands on it. Oh, man, I can't even imagine how hard this is gonna be.
Oh, they said they tweaked the pitching. It's so lifelike is what they're saying.
I wonder if it's harder to do it in real life.
And to be clear, you've only got until May 2nd, right?
Yeah,
it's only 2 months.
You know what? It's going to be me, because I'm...
It's just the first person that has it recorded, and that's officially... Isn't it, they're teaming up with, who is it?
Isn't it a company called Visual Concepts or something like that? I was just looking at their site right now. It's 2ksports.com / perfect game. So www.2ksports.com.
It is Visual Concepts.
Perfect game. That's where they have it. It looks like they're partnering with, Major League Baseball, and I just can't believe $1 million. That's amazing.
That's just ridiculous.
It's got to be on the Xbox or PS3.
Although the game will be available for PS2, PSP, and the PC.
Well, let's look at it like this. There have only been 18 perfect games in the history of Major League Baseball. That's real life.
Mark Burley.
18 perfect games. So, it's rare.
They're partnering with Twin Galaxies International, which is the people that keep track of video game world records.
Oh, okay.
And scores for the Guinness World Records book and stuff like that. So they will be providing help in ensuring that the submissions that come in are completely legit.
Maybe more games should do this to sell more games to people who might not buy the game normally.
Just a bit outside.
Who is that? Who is that? Hawk Harrelson from what?
I know what movie that's from.
When I look at a lot of other communities outside of VV Gaming, you don't see a very good mix of gender. And I know that we have two ladies here who probably have more experience and the sort of first-person perspective. So I'm going to let Kelly and Mandy sort of talk about their experiences, as we talk about gender and gaming. So
yeah, and then we'll put our, guys' 2 cents in later.
The male gamers' 2 cents. No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, it's always been a hassle. Like, just being a girl or a female or a woman, whatever you want to fucking call us, playing video games in such a male-dominated industry is possibly the most annoying thing ever. Sometimes I scream at my TV and I go, I wish I had a penis. But it's very frustrating. Like, I instantly mute every single person except for my party when I play Call of Duty, because you can't party chat anymore. When I go play Gears, all I do is party chat. I don't want to fucking hear the other team talking, because all they're going to do is go, are you a girl? That's the first thing I hear every time. Are you a girl? And then I respond, are you a boy? And they don't know what to say, so it's quite funny. Are we like some species are we a fantasy? Am I like a unicorn? Because I feel like I'm being compared to one. And
I don't know, I kind of want to be a unicorn though,
I know, right? It would be so cool. But
well, on one level you have the female gamers, as we're going to call them for right now. That, do get harassed a lot, and you seem to have like this 2 segments of male gamers that sort of stick out that annoy me.
Yeah.
The first segment of male gamers are the ones that want to kind of have like an online romance. I'm serious though. You're like,
let's date over Xbox Live.
Yeah, like I don't know. It seems like weird to me, like sort of odd. Like, but I suppose when you're young and like you don't have a lot of experience in the world, this may seem like it's okay.
Yeah.
And then like whatever they were doing with their gaming time, now it all becomes about this one person, and they're like, I love this person forever, and now their Xbox Live motto's all filled with it, or if they're in the guild, all they do is only like team with this one girl.
Only with that one person, yeah.
Exactly, right? And so I mean that's that kind of male gamer. And then the other one who seems like he'll be the one to complain that women get attention, and then really in reality he's just complaining that he's not getting attention, right? What? Exactly, right? Like, so it's I'm the victim, right? So that's the way it gets played. Like, you're only talking to her because she's a girl. And this is the sort of person who, if you actually listen to carefully, it doesn't matter if it's a girl or if it's the leader of a guild or the leader of a gaming organization, he'll find some reason that somebody else's interests are bad because they don't include him. One, no, you're not going to have like this loving relationship, and there's probably more to life than just like trying to hook up and get the title of dating, or we're not really dating, yeah, but you certainly act odd about it. And then there's the other side of it, which is the cynics. But I think a bigger question, and this is maybe where we could actually have a real discussion about some things that are interesting. What should it be like? Like, what should normal gender relations be like on Xbox Live?
I join the room and I go, what's up? And then fucking Ryan goes, sup, pussy? Like, there should be nothing there. We're fucking friends. That's what we're here for. And we're here to play a video game. He goes, Kelly, get your ass on pod. I go, okay, I'm coming. And then that's just how it should be. And it is with Ryan, actually, with Careless. It's amazing. I love this man. He's my BFF. But some people, oh, fuck no. Like, all they want to do is play with me because I'm a girl. And I'm like, excuse me, like, it's not what I play for.
Well, we've made a joke of the new standard because I play with a large number of female gamers through my clan. The new thing is that if you play with a guy more than like 5 times online, you're considered to be dating over Xbox Live. So, it's like, oh, guess what? We just played 2 games. It's 10 games later. Now we're fiancés.
I have 8 kids with my gaming.
Then, yeah, I guess. Oh, geez.
It's just going downhill for you, man.
8 children, that's a lot.
Well, why is it that every time a male gamer and a female gamer are gaming together, it always has to be viewed through the lens of some kind of potential relationship?
Yeah.
Right? Like, why does there have to be all this added drama? And then It's like the whole world aligns to figure out what's going on, and then they put a thing, like, oh, you can't talk to so-and-so because he's always with her. And I guess my question would be, on the female side, is it kind of the same thing if one female gamer, leaves to pack to hang out with the male gamer?
Yeah, oh yeah.
The same way?
Yeah.
I think it's even worse.
It does. Yeah, we get hella catty.
Claws out, and they're like...
You're leaving me to go play with him? I can't believe you.
How dare you?
They're just like, no, we're just friends. So you talk to him on private chats all hours of the night, but just him. You don't invite anybody else. Just
hey, let's video chat. Yay!
Let's have a fucking
happy times.
Exactly. I just don't get it.
I think a lot of the males think of it this way. Look, they probably have been in some relationships or no relationships with girls who really don't understand games, and then they find girls who are playing games, and they immediately have to have that as a stable relationship.
Have that girl.
Well, I wasn't gonna put it like that, but they want to be with her because she plays video games and she understands what he does and he understands what she does, and it's a good, I guess, foundation, but the way you look at it is you can't start anything from a distance.
It's sort of like the odds, right? You can try to have that, be that one couple that's on some MMO documentary and, they met in the
Second
game
skin?
and, she escaped her husband who was beating her and you were the knight in shining armor and rescued him. You can be that one. Or you can sort of realize, and especially to young people that are living with their parents, one day you'll have to go to the world and pay bills and have a career and...
Wait, what?
I know, it's weird.
I didn't sign up for this.
Adulthood, it's an odd thing, let me tell you.
Oh, crap.
I guess, too, the other question that I guess I always have had is, how do we promote equality? How do we get...
The way I see it, for equality to actually happen, just like in today's world, you have to view a person not by gender, race, whatever.
Right.
You have to view them by their skills and what they provide to the table, rather than, oh, look, this is a girl. She can smile and look cute, stand by something. Sold. Got it. Who's that guy over there?
Fucking random.
10 years? He's done all this work for it? Nah, fuck him. He's done.
Look at, let's go back to the WCG Nationals of this past year. One of the top 10 players in the nation was a female player, and she was just thought of as one of the competitors. That was Annie Leung, also known as Ecstasy from Evil Geniuses. She was just one of the top 10 players there. It wasn't,
to most people, but to a lot of the other people,
Yeah, to a lot of viewers, she's just a pretty face.
Yeah.
But, if you meet her in real life, which I did, I had the pleasure of meeting her and talking to her, going out to dinner, actually.
Yeah.
She's a die-hard competitor. Oh my Annie. She's fucking very passionate about this, but, people don't really see that when she's just walking by. It was an anime festival, so, her walking by, they didn't really see how die-hard she was. And that's fucking mad annoying, because she is, and she's spent so much time and effort into getting where she is today, and the fact that people just still overlook her, that's stereotyping immediately, right on the dot, and that's not fair to us.
There are a lot of girls that take advantage of that.
There
There's a lot
are.
of conversation about, most organizations in gaming seem to be male dominated, obviously with the exception of, PMS, who I think we can sort of righteously credit for a lot of focus to females in gaming.
I've got my own bone to pick there, because why does PMS have a male division and a female division? Males they have their own tag. They're H2O.
Yeah.
They can't have one tag for all of them. They're separated by gender. I don't think that that's the right model to use personally.
Well, and it's creating that kind of separation that everybody, the opinion is that you want there to be equality. We want it to be the same for all of us. And you can't do that when you intentionally segregate yourself from others.
Exactly.
Like the girls who compare themselves just to other girl gamers. I'm the best girl gamer.
This brings an interesting question, too, though, as far as when we look at the competitive end, though. I mean, when you look at professional sports, male and female athletes are separated by gender because of physical restrictions,
Yep.
And obviously have more muscle mass than women, and therefore, they're able to play football at a level that most women can't reach because of the limitations of gender.
Are you telling me girls can't flick their thumbs faster than me?
I was going to say, does that mean that just because your hand can be bigger?
No, I'm bringing this up because, I think that it raises a question, because I don't think there's been a lot of studies done as far as, spatial relationships and hand-eye coordination and dexterity in regards to gaming. I think we feel, our instincts are, that they should be equal. But, we're discovering, in neurobiology all the time that there are these slight differences between the genders. So I think the question becomes, what's the right thing to do to grow esports? At least that's my perspective. Obviously in a community, I believe that genders should absolutely mix and stuff like that. But when it comes to actual competition, should it be multi-gendered or should it be, we just talked about it earlier. We're talking about the Electronic Sports World Cup because they have, Counter-Strike women. Should there be separate
segregation?
Leagues? I guess that's the question.
I think until a study tells me and proves to me that saying that one way or the other, men are
physically
better hand-eye coordination,
are
or the other
physically
way around,
able.
you can't really say let's segregate it just because of the gender right now, because there's no study proving to me saying one way or the other. You're good enough to play. You're good enough to play with anyone.
In your ideal world, what would you see as the sort of best model? What you'd like to see fixed, or what bothers you the most, or what you like the most? Something about gender in gaming.
I'm definitely going to touch on what Kelly brought up a bit earlier, that I don't want there to be this distinct line between, these are the guys and these are the girls. I like it better when I can just come in and be a gamer and you don't have to really be like, all right, I'm going to stay to this spot and I'm not going to cross over towards you. We're going to both stay on our sides of the room. No. I mean, it shouldn't have to be that way. We should just be able to say, all right, guys, kick everybody's ass and get going.
One thing that actually really fucking bugs me the most about one being a female is that I'm competitive. I'm extremely competitive in everything I do, and gaming became one of them. And the fact that I'm a girl just makes me get overlooked by teammates, opposing teams, although I have shut people out because they underestimate me, but I am just overlooked in general because I am a female. And they won't pick me up because they already, quote, know that I have no skills, when in reality I'll fucking beat the shit out of them. So it's quite frustrating that I just get overlooked because of what I have in my pants and in my chest. So it's quite annoying.
I would like to see, if this is possible, a little bit more equality out there. Kind of like what we've been saying. Maybe something like what the VVV model does, where we just, when we have someone join our community and they grab the 3 Vs, there's nothing that distinguishes a male from a female. We are just one community. I'd like to see like a pro, let's say Gears of War, for example. I'd love to see a pro Gears of War team that had both males and females on it. Something that would be the neatest thing, because not only would it show to the world, hey, they can do this, but it would show that there's no, lines, there's no boundaries there. Guys are gamers, girls are gamers. In the end, there's one word in common there. They're both gamers. There should be nothing that separates them just because of their genitalia.
If you want to make an all-girls team, go for it. But choose because of the skill. Not because you know them, not because they're fucking your best friends. You choose them because they're good at what they do. Now, if a girl is going to be on a guy's team, great. But don't choose her because
she has
a vagina. Choose her because she's skillful. Don't even look at it like because she's a girl. Oh, we want her on the team. Look at it as they are good, so we want to play with them. Stop saying guys, girls. Just look at it as gamers.
I mean, I think for myself, the one thing that I wish would come back into the equation is fun. I think that I would love to see more fun and less what I would consider drama and question and, all this. Like, just, if you're seeing people have fun, that's good. And, if your miserable ass isn't having fun, I guess, sorry. Maybe you should look at something. But for me, it's always been about, whether you're competing or you're playing casually, this is supposed to be entertainment. It's supposed to be social. And I don't know if anybody's ever looked around, but I mean, wherever there's entertainment and whenever there's socializing, it involves both men and women and people of all different backgrounds. So that's what we should get back in the spirit of. It would just be like having a party. And don't get me wrong, there's still some backwards guys in the world. I get that kind of are talking to each other about how they're gonna try to hook up, and those guys are still gonna come there.
See a girl over there.
As much as it's the 21st century, there are still guys that have very 1950s view on the world. You know what I'm saying? But keep it fun. Hang out and just talk to people. And generally, I think everybody wants to talk about ideas and subjects music and video games and other players and, the news, and just like you would talk to anybody about it. I think that's the real key is keep it fun. At least that's what I wish there was more of, because otherwise what's the point? Embrace
the noobs. Everyone's been one, repeating everything everyone's already heard. But look, we all have been noobs. We need to help the people who don't understand the game. We need to help the people to grow the community of esports and not die off.
Fortunately, I get to be in the position to help a lot of teams with their strategies and tactics, and more importantly, how to relate as teams. And one of the things that I always find disappointing is when people get so involved in their game and they're fun and winning that they become, I don't know, it's like a drug. They become so in withdrawal. They can't even just hang out with somebody and so what if you lose? Just teach that person some pointers. And I mean, how long does it take? I mean, people spend countless hours doing very wasteful things in video games, as a whole.
Yeah.
Think about the friendship you can create, the relationship you can build by reaching out to somebody and spending just 15 minutes with them, right? Just 15 minutes. At least that's what I think.
And, you just created a fan for you. Congratulations.
Achievement unlocked.
When I first started my, I guess you could say, journey towards becoming a professional gamer, I had just picked up Guitar Hero. I thought, wow, this is great. This is a lot of fun. I was playing one day at a store. I ended up running into a guy that was just absolutely amazing at this game. I was watching him. I had never seen anything like it. Come to find out, he was, I believe, at the time ranked number 1 in the world on Guitar Hero 2. This was a man named David Briers. He goes by the screen name Wolf. He is sponsored by Mob Gaming. We ended up talking for quite a while, and he ended up telling me about ScoreHero.com and all these tips and tricks to help me get better. Fast forward a couple of years after that, I had taken all that he had given me in that conversation and applied it, and I actually got quite a bit out of that, and it really helped out. And now I feel like it's my turn to turn around and do that back for other people. And every time I'm at a tournament and someone asks me for a pointer or two, I take some time out of my schedule and help them out and try to do the same thing that David did for me back when I first started.
I remember Dark Chaos, he wrote a blog for Geek to Me for us, BUV Dark Chaos, Stephen Beach, and in his blog, he told a story about being in an MMO raid where, he pretty much messed up, and everybody kind of started yelling at him, and he felt, was feeling pretty low. He didn't mean to make the mistake. But what really saved the day for him was the raid leader pulled him aside in private, that's so important, in private, and said, hey, this is what you did wrong. Let me help you next time. This is the kind of strategy that we have going in. This is what is going to happen, and this is what you really need to be doing. And he said, the fact that the person took the time out, and I asked him, I said, how long did it take? He goes, honestly, maybe about 5 minutes. And I thought, it's that simple, isn't it? If you can have that calm voice that, hey, do you mind if I give you a quick pointer? I noticed that didn't go so well. This is how I handle it. It's those little things that I think make such a difference when you're gaming.
You can imagine if they took the time to explain what he actually needed to do before going into it, they could have saved a lot more time if you're being realistic here.
Embrace the noobs, right?
Embrace the noobs.
Be nice.
Correct
right.
Before it may be the mistake, and you won't even have to yell at them.
Well, in competitive gaming, especially to me, it's like somebody asks me, I'll get asked this by teams that, are approaching us and they want to get sponsored and they want to behave properly. Lord Jareth, how do you feel about shit talking? This is my theory on shit talking. First off, if a player's less skilled than you are, that's not the person you should be shit talking. Bad idea. Because that player actually is not a threat to you, and in many ways that player is trying to improve their game. If you're getting ready for a tournament and you have your peers, the gamers that are your competition, psychologically use it to your advantage. Right? That's fine. That's part of any professional sport. The trash talking that goes on the field in football or in soccer, that all happens. But not when someone is way underskilled. I always use the example all the time. I can't imagine Tom Brady going to a college game telling college players,
or high school, let's say high school players.
Yeah, or even high school players and be like,
high school players. That'd be kind of weird.
Yeah, saying to them, you can't talk to me until you get at my level. That's just ridiculous. Well, and again, I don't think this takes a lot of time. I do VOD reviews every Sunday with the Gears of War community, and they all get on Ventrilo, and these are console players. They all get on Ventrilo. We watch between 2 and 3 scrim videos for various teams, and we sit down and we just break down the video and we talk about what strategies the players ran and stuff like that. And the more we get to interact with them, and I get really positive feedback back from the participants. And that takes 1 hour of my day, and I'm able to reach a dozen Gears players. So if you really want to help people and you want to make a difference, you certainly can. It's not that difficult, you know, and I tend to be really busy, and I can make that time to give back to the Gears of War community that has been so, you know, such an integral part of VV gaming.
Backed by popular demand, we're just going to go ahead and let Jerry go on his rant. Not sure exactly what it's going to be on, but take it away, Prohaska.
I'm going to tell you what my rant is about this week. It has to do with e-reputation, and it has to do something with the comedian George Carlin once said. George Carlin once said, "Do you ever notice the farther away someone is, the bigger of an asshole they are?" So when you're standing there at the lobby of the, you know, you're at the movie theater, right? And you're like, "Dude, that guy right there is a real asshole." Whispering it to your friend. If you're in a classroom and you're talking about the teacher, you can lean over and go, "You know, he's a real asshole." If the person's across the street, you're like, "Fuck him and his family. That's a bunch of assholes." Now you take that distance to where it's on the internet, and all of a sudden everybody comes in and thinks they can say whatever they want, and that's what they do, right? They come on and this person's shit, this person's lousy. Well, you know what? I want you all to think about this for a second. The forum, which was a really cool name, like, you know, Rome, people talked, they had discussion. In this forum, it would be fantastic if two things could happen. One, you got over yourself. You first asked yourself, before you gave your great opinion, who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares about what you think about Modern Warfare 2, or if you think Rainbow Six Vegas 2 had more skill than Modern Warfare 2, or whether or not you think Gears of War 1 was a better game than Gears of War 2? You know what? I don't think anybody really cares. Or find a forum for the 10 people who care about your topic. That's the first thing. The second thing when it comes to being on a forums, right, is learn to ignore people. It's like people are 3 years old. Well, he started it, so someone's supposed to say bad things about me, and I shouldn't say anything? Yeah, you shouldn't say anything. Just let it go. Hey, Lord Jareth, you're a big fucking child-molesting pig. Thank you. Have a nice day. Hope you like that.
Hope you win.
Love your hair. Hope you win. Have a good day. What, are you having to argue with them? So, yeah, a lot of people, they get very courageous on the internet. Just ignore them. The best thing you can do to shut somebody out is ignore them. So they can be that little forum troll that says, "You still haven't responded to me. You still haven't responded to me. Huh, you got nothing to say about what I said, huh? Oh, you're just going to ignore." Yes, just keep ignoring them, right? Because that's the kind of kid that needs to get out of the house. Go meet people. Because you're the kind of forum troll that I know is exactly the people that Major League Gaming is marketing to. You got a big stack of Hot Pockets near your desk. You got about 7 cans of Dr. Pepper sitting there. You're 350 fucking pounds, and you're on the forums crying because somebody doesn't like the game you play. Or somebody said you're not good. Or better yet, you're on the forums all the time, and every one of your posts is something negative. The problem is you're probably only funny to yourself. And the best thing that can happen to you is that you grow up. And if you're one of those people who encounters a forum troll, don't say, "I couldn't help myself." Or, "What do you want me to do? Say nothing? He was talking about my mom." I don't know if this hasn't occurred to you, but I want you to try a little experiment tomorrow, especially if you're still in school. I want you to go up to your teacher and tell her you couldn't do your homework because Walshy said you were not good at Halo 3. And see if your teacher does this. See if she clutches her chest, slowly sits back down and goes, "My poor dear, that is such a good excuse for not doing your homework. I can understand." I suspect that's not going to be her response. She's probably going to look slightly confused and think you're an idiot. That's probably what she's going to do. So do me a favor, relax. The only reason people flame on forums is to get a reaction. Here's my advice. Say nothing. Let's talk about the important stuff right now, because there's something that everybody should really know about.
I know what that is.
Gamers Garage is running an iTunes contest, and it's going on right now. All right, so right now, when you hear this podcast, all you have to do
Go to iTunes.
Simply leave us an iTunes review, and once we hit 100 reviews, and this is what the Gamers Garage is going to do, they're going to be giving away a game of your choice up to a $60 value for the console of your choice.
Gamers Garage is awesome.
I also want to thank the VVV sponsors again. Particularly, I want to thank SteelSeries. This week, we're going to be announcing our Heroes of North Open Beta tournament, and it is going to be co-branded. It's going to be sponsored by S2 Games, who is providing $300 in cash. They're going to be providing 5 Heroes of North free accounts, and SteelSeries is going to be providing 5 of their brand new NP Plus gaming surfaces. These are spill-proof. They are very high-tech, they're really good, and they're spill-proof. And I finally also want to thank the VVV community and the hardworking staff. This week in particular, I have seen the staff do their work like a well-oiled machine. So I want to thank you. And I also remind everybody to be sure to stop by over at the Gamers Garage, which is thegamersgarage.com. And you can find out all the ways on how to follow us: Facebook, MySpace, Twitter. I know Kelly is on Twitter all the time. I love it. Thank you, Kelly.
No problem.
And you can leave us feedback by calling our voicemail at 206-350-7352 or via email at mailbag, M-A-I-L-B-A-G, that's mailbag, at thegamersgarage.com.
I believe Mandy has to talk about community vibe.
Yes. Somebody's excited over there.
I am. Let's hear it.
All right. This weekend, Super Bowl weekend, of course, all the awesomeness, hosted by Gamertag Radio and also sponsored by 2K Games. Awesomeness. We're going to be having tournaments, party, giveaway, music. We have local hip-hop artists coming in. You're going to see NFL players, people from tons of companies. We have music artists, everything. It's a huge party. You better be there. Free junk. You just get a BioShock Little Sister figurine for walking in the damn door.
Where is this? What website? Maybe I need a vacation.
GamertagRadio.com.
Jerry, you can stay at my house, in my bed.
Awesome.
What?
Thank you.
What?
Oh, I'm jealous of Jerry. No, what?
What? Wait.
What?
Who?
I'm confused.
So this is going to be in Miami, Florida, and you can see all the information at GamertagRadio.com.
Be sure to join us next week. We are always found on the Gamers Garage Thursdays. Want to thank them for producing this show, and we'll see you next week.